Hello everyone. For those of you that saw this post, I thought it'd be easiest just to shoot a quick video to explain a little bit of what was going on and how I solved it. Big shout out to Jason Baum for kind of helping me through this and pushing me to learn a few things. So the big things I was trying to solve was very specific to closets. So closets, as I create them, I do a knockdown closet. That's all I do right now. I have my company's Closet Maestro. But what I run into is that closets use a few specific parts that just aren't reflected in Mozaik outside of operations. So the main thing is the hangrail that actually goes on the wall that the closet system hangs onto. There's a cap that goes on that hangrail, and then on each division there's going to be a hang wall or hangrail hanger, and then an associated cap to hide that hanger. So those were big things I was trying to get on my bid sheet and not have to quantify manually. And then also the actual closet rod hangers that I have on each of these four closet rods. So based off the input from Jason, I was actually able to pull this off. So the first thing is I needed to go through and actually create a material for a closet hardware sheet. This is the one I created. I just threw it in panel stock, but surprisingly, Mozaik has one similar to that, hardware and accessories under board stock. But anyways, just created one here. The big thing here is if you're going to create one, make sure you have values of 1 for the width, length, and thickness. Otherwise, it's not going to show up for you. So threw that in there. That was the first step. The next step was to actually go into the library and start playing with my library. So I had to create a couple of custom parameters, user parameters, excuse me, to do this. And so the main ones I did was the hangrail hanger, and that's going to be which side of the panel is the hanger on. And then you can select left or right. So that's one that I wrote. And then also I wrote one that was the closet rod quantity, which is in each closet opening. How many closet rods are there? And you'll see why I did that. So those are the two user parameters I did. From there, it was kind of labor intensive. There may be a better way to do this. I went into all of my panel parts for closets, and I actually created 4 parts in each of them. So what this is simply left hangrail hanger. It's the type of special material as closet hardware. You'll see why that's the case. And then I did that 4 times. So I have one for the left hangrail hanger, and then a cap for it, and then one for the right hangrail hanger, and then a cap for it. Now the trick is to utilize the user parameter I created to drive the quantity needed. So right now you'll see that it's set to left by default. And that's kind of confusing because if you read the text here, it says which side of the panel is the hanger on. And I did this because it's on the left side of the panel, and that's how I interpret it, and that's how I see it. But that's actually on Richelieu's website, that's a right hanger. So it was just the best way for me to explain that, and hopefully it makes sense to you. So right now you can choose if that hanger's on the left or the right of the panel. And then if you go into parts, you'll notice that left hangrail hanger, it's not selected. There's no quantity because I actually want a right hangrail hanger. That's what I want to order and keep track of stock on is the right hangrail hangers. That's what they're actually called. So all I did on these 4 is I just did a quick if-then formula for all 4 of those, and then that. So for example, option 1 on that drop down is for a right hanger, and then option 2 is for a left hanger. So in this case, if we're doing a right hangrail hanger, then if it's option 2, which is left, then we want a quantity of 1 for our left hanger, and then if it's option 1, which is right hanger, then we would want 0 because we don't want any hangers. Kind of confusing, but it does work out. So I did that for the hangers, and then as far as the closet rod hangers, I actually went through all of my I actually did all of my cabinets in case I ever like modify a cabinet and I don't have a rod in it, but maybe I put one in. I have the ability to add it. So all I did in like my double hang, you can see I pulled in the closet rod quantity user parameter. This is manual, so as far as the library is concerned, I have it set up because this is a double hang. I have a number in here for 2 closet rods. And then the parts, I created a part in all of these, the closet rod hanger part, and then that's the same thing. Special material is closet hardware, And then there's just a formula that grabs the quantity based on the user parameter and then creates the quantity of rod and then creates an associated number for the quantity of how many hangers there should be. So if there's option 1 is no rods, which would have 0 hangers. Option 2 is 1 rod, which would have 2 hangers. And then option 3 is 2 rods, which would have 4 hangers. So now that this is done, what this allows me to do is on my cut list tabs, kind of feels weird going here. You know, we have our normal like 3/4 millimeter, 16 millimeter melamine for my drawer boxes, but then now I have a drop down for closet hardware. And here you can see all of those parts that I created. So now based on this simple closet that I drew, I had to put no effort into finding out that I need 8 hangers because I have 4 closet rods. I need 1 left rail hanger and a cap, and then 3 right rail hangers and a cap. And then from there, I added them onto my bid sheet, and you can see here that I added them as add-ons on the materials. So I have a left bracket, a right hanger cap, a right hanger cap, and these are highlighted blue because I manually entered those. So pretty simple, but I didn't have to do any counting. Typically closets I'll do like a closet packages for 6 to 8 closets in a house on new construction. So this can add up really fast. So that took care of the brackets, and then down here you can see I also am able to add the quantity of the closet rod hangers, and all this was done in the template. So all I did is I added left hanger rail bracket, and then I'm just driving my pricing here for how much those parts cost per foot, or not per foot, but per item. And you'll also notice in here that I added the hang rail. That was another issue I was trying to figure out, which is quantifying the hang rail. So all I did was actually go into pricing items and grab the by linear foot for base cabinet, wall cabinet, tall cabinet, threw those in, labeled it hang rail, did the same thing for hang rail cap. And so really what this is going to do is just grab the linear foot of the cabinets I have in the job and tell me about how much hang rail I'm going to need so I can bring enough to the job site and also charge the right amount. So here you can see right now it's calling for about 8 linear feet of hang rail and 8 linear feet of hang rail cap. So that was the long-winded solution, but hopefully this helps because it's kind of it's an uncharted territory in Mozaik. There's not a lot of information on this, but this is how I was able to figure out how to quantify the parts that I need for closets, and then also how to get them on a bid sheet so they're taken care of. Next challenge is going to be getting to labor, but for now I think that the hardware is pretty much taken care of. Hope this helps you guys, and let me know if you have any questions.